Hello everybody, Greg Solstice here, coming at you now with not really a sneak peek, but a walk-through look at the new map Snowbound. Just came out not more than a week ago now. So we're going to look this over, hosting my own little server so that way I don't get pwned by noobs, since that way we can kind of look at things a bit more in-depth than we could potentially if there were people, fragging me and owning me in the face. Anyway, the first thing that struck me about this map, we're going to get a bit closer. I'm doing this as a tarot, by the way, instead of in the camera view, because the camera view is a little bit slow. You can actually move a lot faster as tarot, and it gives you a better player perspective. Sorry about that. Anyway, one of the first things that struck me about this map is that it's very open, and even though there's obviously trees and stuff everywhere, a lot of other maps have ferns and stuff, they have grasses, all kinds of things for dinosaurs, and people like to hide in. And this really doesn't have that. If we kind of skim down closer to the ground, you notice that most of this, it's just snow. Just pure snow. And, there's nowhere to hide, so raptors and dilos are going to have a really hard time on this map, so they're going to have to rely a lot on positioning and movement, more so than any other map I can even possibly think of. Even airbase and stuff has at least corners of things to hide behind, but there's just not quite enough rocks to hide behind here. It's a very open map, which isn't a bad thing, because now it's going to give Carnos and Taros a huge, not advantage, but they're going to have a lot more room to play now. And also we're going to go up now. Skybox in this place is enormous. We're still going up, folks. There we go. Then all the way up here. Do some sick dive bombs. Gives you plenty of space. It also gives you plenty of space to get shot. But dinosaurs going to be a bit of a disadvantage. But again, now it's going to have to change their game. They're going to have to be more on their feet, moving a lot more, and etc. But this also comes at a price for humans as well. Humans are now going to have to be able to find ways of defending themselves out in the open. This over here that I'm going by right now, hold on, let's see if we can gently land. Kapoonk. This is one of the few kind of closed-in areas in the entire map. A couple rocks here. It's pretty nice, but there's no health or ammo pack in here, which is actually, I think, a really good thing, because otherwise humans would hole up there immediately. Anyway, though, it's a very open map for everyone. There's nowhere for humans to really hole up in. On docks, there's that sandbags location, and there's also the area in the back with the barracks. On utility base, there's the entire utility base, more or less. On, let me think, I'm trying to think of another map. The falls, there's a couple areas with rocks where there's a nice big open path that's surrounded by brush, so you have the illusion of being safe. But you have a zone that you control, and you're like, okay, I can see everything that comes up to me on this road. I can take care of it. Well, now everything is open. So you're kind of safe, but you're also really, really, really exposed. There's a couple trucks and stuff here, a couple set pieces. Another thing I noticed is that there's no big centerpiece. Most of the maps have a big centerpiece. Airbase has the hangar. The Falls has the river as its sort of centerpiece. It's not something you can go into, but that doesn't matter. Utility base has the utility base. Docks really kind of doesn't have a big centerpiece, but I digress. So this is a very, very organic feeling map. Well, I don't know. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a letdown there. It just feels very natural. It doesn't feel any kind of man-made or anything else. Forest Chasm does not feel man-made, but you can tell that people were there because of the roads and stuff like that. It has a very structured feel. This is a very loose map. I think it's going to be really cool and lead to a lot of interesting gameplay. I'm very excited about that. I'm probably going to have to go to human side now to get a bit more in-depth look, so that way I don't awkwardly kind of gallop around as tarot. One more thing though before we switch to the human perspective, I'm noticing that there are not that many carcasses and boxes spread around. They tend to be in clusters. Like here, I'm looking around at the corners and the walls and stuff. That whole little chasm I just went through, sorry. Nothing. No boxes, nothing. So you're a lot more on your own in this map. I think is what I'm desperately trying to get at. There's a iguanodon carcass finally over there. So you're going to have to really band together, more so than any other map. You can't get away with Ramboing because you'll be so out in the open that you'll just get ganked by people from every side. All right, we're going to switch to the human perspective now to get a little bit closer look so you can see the map as opposed to just from the high-minded tarot view. Alright, so now I'm just deciding to be the commando because, why not? One of the things I also noticed about this map is that it's super atmospheric, especially from the areas you saw. There's a really thick haze in the air. It's snowing, or if it's not exactly snowing, then it's all falling from the leaves. It's very atmospheric. Now, down on the ground, you really notice the lack of ground cover. And, you see these bushes, so you kind of dash between the bushes trying to break up your outline, trying to not get owned, maybe hide underneath trees and stuff, kind of crouch here. Honestly, though, you are very, very exposed. So is the enemy, mind you, but it's always scarier when you're the one exposed. There's this big rock, which in hindsight, from what I said earlier, is somewhat of a centerpiece, but it's a it's not a centerpiece you can work with. It's a little bit like the river in, I believe it's Forest Chasm. I think it's called Forest Chasm. Probably wrong. Anyway, but it's just a big thing. You kind of walk around. The action happens all around it, sort of back and forth. There's trees. You're going to probably be dancing around behind Rexes. Now that I'm on the ground, though, by the way, we'll point this out. Now that I'm on the ground, there does seem to be a few more boxes and stuff, but still not much. You got a nice little cliff here that you can back up against or get ran off of if you're a Carno, or maybe just fall off of if you're a Rex or someone else. Actually, it's about 50 damage. Ooh, that's scary. Anyway, so it's a very atmospheric map. It's a very open map. I'm very intrigued to see what people are going to do. I need to actually really start playing on it now. But I'm ultimately very excited to see what's going to happen in the Primal Carnage community because of it, how gameplay is going to change, what people are going to think about it. Hopefully it's not going to be a bunch of people saying, "Oh, OMG, this map is terrible," because I really like it. It's a very unique map. It's organic feeling. It's a very different feeling map than what I've ever felt before, I suppose because it's new, but I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. Alright guys, that's going to end up the commentary there. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Greg Solstice. If you guys liked it, please leave a like. I'm going to be posting more and more videos, so subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Take care.